Welcome back, guys. We're back with another video of Marvel Future Fight. And if you have watched my previous video, then you must already know that I have a tier 3 Wolverine right now. Finally succeeded tier 3ing him. I'm taking him to tier 3 after a long time. And in this video we are going to be looking at his ABX potential. And first of all, I would like to start with a disclaimer that you need to compare my ABX score with your ABX score. I mean, taking into account all the card effects what I have over here. I have pretty decent cards, but the only problem is that I have less of all attack and physical attack when compared to the other high level players. So you gotta take that into consideration, and as well as you gotta take another thing into consideration that my device lags a little bit, and when I'm recording a video, it lags even more, and because of that lag, I lose some of the score. So you also need to take into consideration that take that into consideration. Sorry. And coming back to the cards, you can get a rough estimate by saying that I used to get 1.2 to 1.3 million on Combat Hero Day with Captain America when I had CDP of energy on him with a 180% damage proc previously. And his Urus are like this, like they're almost not at all built. His Urus were never built. uh, and he used to get me 1.2 to 1.3 million, and these are his stats. I mean, now he has a lot of crit rate. uh, Before he had a lot of crit damage because of the CDP of energy. And that's the kind of rough estimate what you can get, what how you can compare to the score what I'm getting. And you can also note down these stats and the physical attack what I have right over here. That is 26,000 physical attack. And coming to the other part, you gotta have his attack speed at max. Attack speed matters a lot to Wolverine, because his tier 3 skill over here, this the animation on tier 3 skill is so long, and if you don't have max attack speed, then you will run out of the entire 5 seconds of duration of this proc of, I mean, like the normal proc what you have on CDP of Rage or CDP of Energy or any other regular custom gear. It's for 5 seconds, and you are that animation will end up being more than 5 seconds if you don't have max attack speed. So you gotta have that max attack speed. Actually, I was rolling max attack speed over here, and I ran out of gold, so that's why my max attack speed is 125%. But in the ABX run, I used Colossus because he gives attack speed with the team up bonus, and I got max attack speed in that way. And in that run, I had even cooldown at max. Okay, and that's it. And another important thing, I have this obelisk on Wolverine, crit rate with a 200% damage proc. And I would like to give my honest opinion that Wolverine is not the top character for ABX Male Hero Day, ABX Combat Male Hero Day. So let's look at the run right now. So here we are, guys, and here I'm using Crescent for her 60% physical attack leadership, and Colossus for additional team bonuses of 5.4% of physical attack and 4.8% of attack speed. So the day which I tier 3 Wolverine was also the day which this day was, I mean, like the Combat Hero Day was. And I was so excited, and I immediately jumped into the fight, and I forgot that this day has a requirement. The Frostbeast has a snare effect, and I forgot that Wolverine requires a snare immunity obelisk to perform well in this day on this day. So the only ways to protect yourself from the snare of Frostbeast is having damage immunity, or having guard breaks, or having a lot of iframes. Wolverine does have iframes like on second and fifth, but those are not enough for him to protect. I mean, to protect himself. And the damage immunity on tier 3 skill is really good, but it is only going to last for like additional extra 1 second after his tier 3 skill animation is done. And also the guard hits on his third skill, they can protect you, but it's only for 1 second, and you can be protected. I mean, you can protect yourself from Frost Beast by using his third skill only for attacks like this one, where Frost Beast will hit you only once. If Frost Beast is launching towards you or jumping towards you, he's gonna jump for 2 times, like now, and you won't be able to protect yourself with that guard hits on his third skill. And also his third skill, after the counter is done, is also not an iframe. Yeah, here I protected myself from that frost beast attack because it was just for one hit. And you can use his third skill in that technical way, but it's still gonna be very, very difficult using Wolverine without an obelisk which has snare immunity. So this itself will put you down. I mean, like, you can't technically build Wolverine with a CDP of Rage to maximize your score, because if you don't have CDP, I mean, like, an obelisk with snare immunity, you're definitely going to be snared a lot of times, and that will eventually reduce your score, ABX score. So I say Wolverine is not fit for this day for ABX mode. His damage is so good, and I already crossed 600k after being snared multiple number of times and not playing perfectly aggressively, and also not timing my damage proc, and unable to use that buff on his third skill perfectly. So this was a pretty bad run, but still he scored. That's a surprise. He went on till 754,000, I believe, and that's a pretty good score. Taking into consideration that my device lags, and also taking into consideration that my card sucks in terms of all attack and physical attack and energy attack, and also taking into consideration that I was snared pretty much the entire part of the fight. So that's why I say taking uh, Reed to Tier 3 instead of Wolverine is the best thing to do for ABX, especially for ABX. And we're gonna cover World Boss Ultimate part soon in the next video, which I'm gonna upload real soon, because there's a big loophole even in World Boss Ultimate mode, and I'll show you that with proper example, and I'll explain that uh, in deficiency of Wolverine in that video. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're considering Wolverine, taking Wolverine to Tier 3 just for ABX, then I would suggest you not to do this, because even if you equip him with a CDP of Rage, he's gonna do insane amounts of damage, insane amount of score, but you should be really, really skilled with Wolverine, and you should never get snared. That's the hardest part with having Wolverine. That's the hardest part with the Wolverine, because now he only has two iframes, and he doesn't have his iframe which he had on his fourth skill. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.